morning. Day 4, I think. Look, there is really soon only 2,000 nautical miles to go to Guadeloupe. Of course, the sailing there is going to take a bit more than 2,000 miles because obviously it's not going to be a straight line, but that's still 2,000 to go. So I did 500 over the past 4 days, which is not a great average, but don't worry, it's going to get a lot worse in like 2 days because yeah, just the weather is going to be really light over the next few days. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slow ride, but anyway, go! Such a nice sunset. Good morning on day 5, this mini transat. The sky is pretty sad today, and so is the wind, not much wind. It was expected, but desperately slow. I also tried a really risky option during the night. I guess we'll have to wait probably tomorrow to figure out if it was a bad idea or not. And light wind means that I'm at the front of the boat having breakfast, just to ballast forward. Hopefully I get a little bit more wind just to be able to plan a bit better. Yeah, we'll see. So the forecast should have come since 3 minutes. I'm all ready to take it, and so far this is all I got. I don't think it's coming from me, since a few guys on the radio I heard in the distance said that they had nothing either. There is a little adjustment time, I'll just wait. Otherwise, no weather.
1017 and all seas at 12, 5 at 12, wind 6.
Forecast eventually arrived. I got the end of the French, the beginning of the English, so I've got all my information and now to try to organize these. But yeah, it's gonna be light tomorrow and the day after. Not much wind, but it should be fun.
Dubois area. Purple at 12, bow at 12, wind east northeast, equal November equal 13 knots, 13.
I mean, it's super clear. Don't go there, I'm right here, and try to play as close as possible from this area there, and then to Guadeloupe.
1014.
this was not the fastest night on board SGB team that I've seen, but there's a nice sunrise. So, and I'm afraid next night is gonna be horrible as well. So yeah, just light wind, do the maximum to move, and we will feel back in at some point. The good thing though is that the Mini just moves with a little bit of breeze. You manage to keep moving a little bit, so now there is like 7 knots of wind and I'm moving at 5 knots. But because of the wave, it's really hard to keep the boat going. You need to be constantly adjusting. Short night, let's say. But yeah, Felavi, keep pushing. By myself on the ocean, which is pretty nice. Well, I don't know where these like kind of 18 knots came from, but they're really good. That's kind of the condition I could be hoping for like all the time, but just make the most out of it. Probably gonna die soon, so just some really nice surfs. I'm like constantly over like 11 knots. Really good for the average speed. And really fun also to steer. It's not fun to steer when conditions are mild, but now it's really nice. Just a long swell, not too big. Boat is just sending it over the crest of the waves. So nice. The most fun part is, you know, when you had like 23 knots of wind and suddenly it stops. Well, the sea is still there, but not the wind. So it's painful. Ballasted everything forward again, and yeah, now 48 hours of this. I mean, unless there is suddenly more wind like earlier. We'll see. Surprise, surprise. Can you believe that just like 3 or 4 hours ago I was surfing at 15 knots? Well, welcome to the next 48 hours. It's just maybe a matter of 10 hours before the sea states calm down a little. Be able to make better speed, but at the moment there is 4 knots of wind, moving at 3 knots. Really hard. But yeah, just have to deal with it. Well, I've just noticed that one of my chafe cover just a whipping broke, so I'm going to take the opportunity to be stuck with light wind to do this before it get caught inside the mast and I cannot drop my jib again. So. Done. Roll and fold until forever probably, because this one will never sleep. Not a bad view, huh, to work. Alright,
let's go back to do some trimming.
Well, thanks a lot for watching. If you like those videos, please subscribe and hit the bell button. It really helps me to keep producing this footage. And thank you so much. See you next week for the rest of the Mini Transit.